important topic to touch on here. And Chris, we'll start with you. You've seen firsthand on the medical side of what's happening with the vaccines. We know the Black community, some people still very hesitant about getting the vaccine, but talk about why that's been happening out in Alabama and why is it so hard to change that, especially in that state. It, well, it seems like we're having a little bit of trouble speaking to Chris, but Mike, we'll start with you, or we'll go to you first. You're a barber. You likely felt the impact of the pandemic when they shut down all of the salons and the barbershops as well. Talk about how you feel like this initiative would be able to help get people vaccinated. We know those are the places that people come to just chat, you know, tell all the business when you're in the barbershop. Talk about whether or not you think this will work.
Well, I think it'll be a great opportunity for those who don't have access to any type of information dealing with where to go get vaccines at. So the initiative to push the drive for barbershops I think, is a great one. And as well, you have to think about some of the vaccinations that they offer. We know there's Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and I forget the other one. I
Yeah,
forget the other one,
Pfizer.
but I know
You good.
Pfizer, and I know that there is some skepticism about one of the vaccines. So it'll be great for the opportunities for those companies to present themselves to the barbershop. Some of the brothers see their numbers and the benefits, and as well as some of the things that will happen or could possibly happen if they don't get it. So I think that information being brought to the barbershops is very key.
And Patrick, we'll go to you. You created the Alabama Black Stylist Directory during President Obama's campaign days. How will the grants from the Biden administration impact your work and the work the White House is trying to do?
First of all, thank you for allowing us to be. Again, we are volunteering our community with barbershops, salons, stylists across Alabama, and we've volunteered, moved between voter registration, PPP loans, with vaccination. We can get these resources in the hands of shops and salons across Alabama and across the United States. It will help them to be able to determine to bring people into adolescents that are being hugely impacted by COVID right now. It would be up to the individual shops, stylists and salons as to utilize these funds to create energy in these shops to bring people to discuss vaccination, to ask questions, and to potentially end up getting their vaccination.
And I apologize, we're having some audio issues with hearing you, Patrick, but it sounds like you guys are doing something really good out there by creating this list. Well, Mike, I'll go back to you. I know we could hear you just fine. How are you trying to engage other barbers and stylists like yourself? How important is it for you to get them involved in this initiative?
Well, first of all, my first drive for my barbers is to, get them masked up. And as well as some of the clients, but there are some situations that occur that you almost can't avoid. So it's definitely a push because I haven't heard of this till yesterday about the drive for vaccinations for the barbers. I think it's a great idea because, like I said, there's a gray area in the beauty and barber salons dealing with vaccinations since the barbers work so close with the clients. And that's one of the most unspoken situations that occur here in our industry is being so close to your client. So definitely it's something key for us as well because it's beneficial for our health and as well as their clients' health. So it's a matter of vaccination versus 6 feet because there's no 6 feet in between you and the client. So I think it's a great idea.
Wow, what a word there. And Mike, talk about the fact that, you have these customers coming in, they sit in your chair, and they talk to you about a number of things, right? That's what I said. We spill our business when we at the hair salon or the barbershop. What has the word on the street been like for you? What are your customers saying about getting vaccinated?
Well, there are some mixed views on vaccinations. I have a lot of clients that I have a few. Well, majority of my clients that I could have been vaccinated. And I would say the percentage, if you were to look at percentage, is 60-40. 60% vaccinated, 40% hasn't been vaccinated. So there's mixed views on that 40% because of the idea of the Tuskegee experiment and because of the idea of conspiracy theories. So there are some things that I think needs to definitely be addressed from the barber shop perspective to bring some light and understanding to the importance of the vaccinations, and as well as the importance of knowing about the companies that are vaccinating you. The fear is that the vaccination, now this is barbershop talk, the fear is that the vaccinations came too fast. So brothers are already scared of going to the doctor. Now you talk about vaccinations. So it's something that needs to be said on the barber community. And I think, like I said, once again, it's a great idea.
You made some very good points there, Mike. Well, Chris, do you think this push with the stylists will be the answer to bringing Alabama forward to match the states who are high up on the fully vaccinated list?
Absolutely, and I applaud Dr. Cameron Webb and Dr. Marcella Nunez Smith for this initiative. Having barbershops and beauty salons to participate in this at the highest levels is something that I know they have focused on. And so I think that it is going to push the needle forward so that we have greater participation as it relates to people getting vaccinated at this point in time.
And I hate that we can't hear from Patrick, but you may be able to answer this. How will this list that he helped create help you all get the work done in terms of getting people vaccinated?
Well, Patrick has done tremendous work. We have the Alabama Barbers and Stylists Facebook group, which is a very large group. I myself have been in contact with the Jefferson County Barbers Association. So we are pushing this information out to all Black barbershops and beauty salons. Again, I can only say that my good friend, Dr. Cameron Webb, who is handling this initiative for the White House Equity Task Force, I have been in conversations with him to let him know that we need help making sure that we increase the vaccination numbers here in Alabama. Alabama, as in many states, has high supply but low demand. And it is our intent through this initiative to reverse that trend and to have high demand and low supply. Otherwise, those vaccines will go to other states. We see what's happening throughout the world. And so we're encouraging people here in Alabama to not let's be at the bottom, but let's rise ourselves to at least to the middle of the pack, if not to the top.
Well, Mike, Chris, and Patrick, thank you all for the work that you're doing. And
You're
hopefully
welcome.
the folks in Alabama are listening, and we would love to have you back, maybe at 8 o'clock. We appreciate your time tonight.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.